City Board issue community redevelopment agency board meeting Tuesday, July 25th, 2023. Stand, oh, sorry. Yes. Stand, say pledge, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Danny, I almost asked you for a
Well, he would have.
Madam Clerk, take roll, please.
Chairman John Eric Hoover.
Here.
Member Todd McClary.
Here.
Member Tom Kinsella. Let the record show that member Tom Kinsella is absent from tonight's meeting. Member Linda Rodriguez. Here. Member Bill Colombo.
Here.
Oh my goodness. City Attorney Nancy Myers. Here. Interim City Manager Sal Perry.
Okay, we want to approve the board minutes from last meeting? Motion?
Motion to approve board minutes from last meeting.
Motion? Got it.
Let's take those first. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, open comments from general public. I do have one person signed up. John Byrne. Welcome.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Hoover, and Council. My name is John Byro. I'm the General Manager of Whiskey Joe's Restaurant in the Bayou there at 7835 Bayview Street. As some of you probably know, parking is a premium over there, and the city has purchased a couple lots, residentials, and leveled the housing there, and I know they're not on the market currently, but we're facing some struggle with parking that we currently have, and I just wanted to bring the attention that my corporation, which is especially Restaurant Corporation out of California, would be interested in lease or buy those pieces of property or any business arrangement that could be made to provide us with more parking in the next 6 months. So I just want to bring that to council's attention and make them aware and try to get our name in the hat and see what comes out of it. Thank you.
Okay, next is comments from city manager. Oh, sorry, before I do that, does anybody else like to speak? Public, show of hands. Okay. Next is city manager. Pass it to Mr. McCary for introduction.
Thank you. Ayers Associates has contacted me and has received confirmation from Duke Energy on the relocation of the existing light poles. Their bid packets are ready for advertisement, but I do either want to discuss with the board now or maybe at another meeting of postponing releasing that bid packet. So I've discussed with both Advanced Engineering and Ayers Associates it's in their professional opinion and best interests of the city to combine both packages. I've talked to Advanced Engineering. They will have everything done by the end of August. I've talked to Ayers. All the work that they've done, any type of permitting, locking in, would not be altered by waiting the additional month. But it does make sense to go forward with the water main project first before we do any type of beautification, pavers, sidewalks, streets, everything like that. So what they're recommending is waiting for Advanced Engineering to finish their engineering and their packet and combine and send it out to one bid. Also, it'd be best to have one contractor bid for both projects and have one contractor on site as opposed to having two at two separate timelines. I understand we're pushed for time this evening. This is a topic that I need type of guidance and consensus on because Ayers is ready. But like I said, as per both companies' professional opinion, we combined the two. So that's all I have.
What's the time frame for that?
Advance will be done by the end of August, and like I said, Ayers' packet is prepared and ready, but they agreed to allow Advance to finish the water main project. That way, we can bid this. We can bid it for we can bid the whole thing as a combined project simultaneously, and have one contractor bid for both. I did recommend that it would have to have two separate amounts, basically like an attachment A and attachment B. only because the beautification part of the project is from CRA dollars, and the water main project would be, as of right now, partially impact fees. Projected cost of the water main project is at the 60%. We're at around $640,000. That may go up. I've talked to the finance director. We do have ARPA funds available to pay for the other portion of the water main project. But once again, I strongly recommend that we follow the guidance of what the engineers say and bid this out as one project. I think we do need to discuss funding the water main project. Obviously we know the funding for the beautification is going to come out of CRA, but right now we're kind of trying to figure out where we're going to come up with this $640,000 for the water main, which, in my opinion, in the opinion of the my operations supervisor for Public Works and Utilities, that definitely needs to be done before breaking ground on laying new asphalt, pavers, sidewalks. We have a 2.5-inch galvanized, 2-inch galvanized line in there right now that is very old, very brittle. I have several breaks between Hooters location, Nick's Park, all the time. Last year, I would say I could almost say anywhere between 8 to a dozen times last year alone, and it's just going to keep happening. It's just a very old line, and to spend this kind of money on revitalizing that area, the water main project needs to be accomplished first. So once again, I'm just asking for guidance from council, from the board, to see what they want to do. But of course, this is a combination of a council and board discussion. So I just wanted to bring all that information to light where we stand right now.
Generally, the bigger the project, the better you get in terms of pricing. I mean, you put it out the end of August, bid package out end of August, it comes back end of September. Theoretically, you're breaking ground in late October after the lawyers are done beating it to death. And you're in the ground, done mid next year.
No, we want to do it right, sure. So,
I don't want to be digging up new roads to be putting pipes in. That's absolutely not what, that's throwing good money after bad. That's not the right way to do it, so. We need to do it right the first time.
so I'm making a consensus saying to tell him it's okay, or?
Yeah, I told them that I would bring it up to the board tonight and just to follow up with them. I told them I told both engineering firms I'll let them know. Like I said, Ayers is prepared. They've got all the approvals that they need. Nothing will be affected by waiting one more month. I double checked that because I didn't want anything to delay this even further. The water main project came in late in the game, but I strongly recommend doing this. This is a very large investment for the city, and the water main really needs to be addressed in that area before we do any type of beautification or modification to that area. So, that's my opinion. If the board is okay with that, I will let both engineer firms tomorrow that, we'll wait for advanced engineering to finish their total project for the water, for the water main.
Move on to the comments from the board. Talk to you again.
Thank you.
I have nothing as well. The board business, item number 2, CRA audit recommendations. Consider a reduction of CRA size. I'll pass it to Mr. McCary for introduction.
The CRA audit recommendations include consideration by the CRA board to review regularly and, as necessary, adjust the CRA boundaries to match current conditions. In an effort to reduce the city's contribution to the CRA, the staff is recommending the removal of Ed Tide Lane from the CRA boundary. The removal of Ed Tide Lane will reduce the city's contribution to the CRA about $37,000. Once again, with the with the property increases, our contribution to the CRA, is raising. So once again, we're trying to offset this. We've done a lot in the past with Harbor Point, Harbor Isles, San Pebble, the community. After reviewing the CRA boundaries, Ed Tide Lane is the next considerable removal. There's not much left to remove. Everything else is still, after talking to the building official and code enforcement, there's still a lot of blighted area. But this particular area, with Point Pleasant, the marina, and the three homes that are on at the very end of Ed Tide Lane, the rest is undeveloped. And even if it was to be developed, it would be newer homes in that stretch. So this would be the consideration to remove that.
Yeah. I mean, knowing the area as well as they do, absolutely. It's a logical thing to do.
Did this come from the CRA meeting you had, or from the audit committee, or this is self-generated?
It's self-generated because once again, we're going to be paying more into the CRA because of taxable value. Is that correct? Is that an assumption? So the thing is that once again, that comes out of the general fund to match what the county is going to give us. So we're trying to do what we can to reduce that. And it's a small reduction, yes, but it's a reduction. And unfortunately, we're trying to look for other places, but now the pickings are starting to get slimmer and slimmer. Of course, with the other three areas that I mentioned, those were obvious. They're really well-developed areas. There's very little slum and blight. But now we're trying to look at the rest of the city, and this particular section is the only one on that side of the city that actually stood out as an area to remove. So
I agree with you. I mean, I think it's hard to argue that specific area is blighted.
Right.
So it's
it's not a significant, but it's a significant part of the south side, but it does stand apart from the south side. So, like you said, I don't know what the current value of those several houses are that are out there right now, but they're really, really pricey.
Well, and plus the fact that if any of those other parcels go up for sale, it's just going to be new home construction anyway.
And
So
along the same lines, those are going to be $1 million houses out there.
The only one I'm not sure about is the one about halfway out Ed Tide Lane there, that those little small place. I don't recall. That would affect them.
Oh, you're talking about the very small parcel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Once again, not a blighted structure. That particular owner has done many modifications to that place. It's not the, and I'll confer to the building official if he has any issues. He's talking about the small structure on the way to, down in Tide Lane before you get to the three main homes. But we haven't had any issues with that particular owner.
No, he's made some improvements. He did a new roof and he did some remodeling. I mean, he stays below the FEMA guidelines where he has to raise. There's no issues. And then you've got the two multi-million-dollar homes down at the end, and there's a third one being built right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, in our opinion, that was the one to come out because it's going to be the least blighted.
What about the marina there? Any issues with them?
The marina is actually under the process. They just pulled permits. They're going to totally demo that down to the existing slab and go all brand new. So that's in the process now.
so I guess that's not blight.
No? Okay.
I tried.
I don't like the color. It's blight.
And of course, Point Pleasant condominiums, they're as far as their structure, they have some issues that they're working on now, but it's been there for a very long time, and they've always kept the standard with that condo. So, and the people that live there. So we don't consider blighted either.
I motion to remove Ed Tide Lane from the CRA.
I second that.
As depicted in the map.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Anyone from the public like to speak? The audience put to vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then last we have old business. Same format that they put together. Nice. Added the items on there with status. So nice job on that.
Okay.
Any other old business like to discuss?
Can I bring up one thing?
Sure.
Sorry. I promise to be quick.
If you want, leave, we still got quorum, Bill.
Can we, look at the resident grant program that helps with, the residents with painting and look, we talked about it.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
So can we bring that up, and then talk about that, and what we want to do? Do we want to increase it, decrease it, keep it, not keep it, food business, whatever? Can we bring that up in this? That's all I have.
So like you'd like to bring it up as a CRA item to
Yeah,
discuss,
the
like
agenda item.
the entire program
Yes.
itself? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably something that needs to be budgeted for as well, right? So,
Well, yeah, we set aside monies for that. That carries over every year, but we can start discussing
We
the
might need to
parameters.
increase that.
Increase the amounts.
I think you all
And what we,
wanted to take it up to $5,000 or
We
something.
had talked about it, but nothing been done as far as I
Yeah.
remember.
We can
It was
add it
discussed,
on.
so that's why I want to bring it up
Glad you brought
here
that
and move forward with that,
Oh,
please. Is that
Absolutely.
okay with you? Thank you.
Well, that being said, I think Bill's looking for a motion. Would you like to make it, Bill?
Motion to it, yeah.
I second it, Bill.
Motion second. All in favor, so I say aye. Aye. Motion carries. We adjourn.